Hello and welcome to the Rise Centre in Amsterdam on this, the last day of IBC 2010. It's Tuesday the 14th of September. You're watching IBC TV News. On today's programme, is the switch to digital radio on target? Going for gold, what this 24-carat box means to its makers. And every haul in a minute. Join our lightning tour of IBC. Now, it was hoped that digital radio would silence AM and FM to become the platform for national and local services across the world. But the digital switchover is moving slowly. There have been problems with poor reception. And while most radio is listened to on the road, there are still few DAB sets in people's cars. Rajiv Popat reports.
Radio is still hugely popular with millions of people throughout the world. But we've reached a crossroads with the way we listen. Digital radio has been under development since the 80s, but unlike television, the way forward remains far from clear. Industry experts here at IBC dismiss claims by critics that it's a waste of money.
I think digital radio is doing better than many people perceive it to be. There's often coverage of some less positive events, but broadly speaking, if you look at the countries that have engaged with digital radio, they're doing extremely well.
Digital audio broadcasting has been adopted by around 20 countries. Britain is leading the way when it comes to ownership of DAB sets, but listening hours remain low.
This is because many countries are still in the first generation of digital radio, where it was only a simulcast of what was on FM. And we have seen that this is not enough to convince people to buy receivers. It's really important. Content is a key.
In the UK, there is no fixed date for a digital radio switchover. Even listening to your favourite station isn't necessarily straightforward. Digital radio at home or at work is fine, but the moment you get into a car, that listening experience comes to a drastic halt if you don't have a receiver.
And the car industry wants really to see a unified Europe, because they don't want to make a car for Germany, another car for France and another car for Italy. So it's very important that they see a unification of the standards.
The rise of the internet poses a major threat, and DAB coverage is still an issue. But firms like Dawson's are still smiling. The company supplies all the BBC's IP satellite radio cars.
I think we're just at the very start of what we're seeing, and the easier we can make it for people to generate content for live broadcast, then I think the future's very bright.
So even if it's slow in coming, it would seem digital radio is alive and well.
You're watching IBC TV News from the Rise Centre in Amsterdam. Now with the latest stories from around the show, here's Paul Brand.
Thanks, Rob. And as we reach the last day of IBC 2010, there's still plenty of business being done around the halls. Here are some of the latest deals to be announced. Kit Digital has bought megahertz systems from its Canadian parent Ascar Technologies. Kit Digital provides content management for IPTV. It says the acquisition will extend its business in the digital integration market. Spain's Dorna Sports has bought 9 Grass Valley K2 dyno replay systems for motorsports coverage. Dorna handles production of the MotoGP World Championship. The new systems will provide live HD replays and highlights packages. Can Communicate has bought 4 stereographic 3D rigs from Element Technica. The 3D film and TV production specialist used similar rigs at this year's French Open Tennis Championship. Christie has unveiled a new 4K projector for the D-Cinema market. The systems will start shipping later this year.
That's what's important to us, highlighting this at IBC as a post-production technology. 4K actually really does help because it allows them to see a lot of the details, especially in film scans, that previously you weren't really able to see.
And finally, Fabrics has announced the 1,000th sale of its SXC test signal generator and analyzer, which supports all SDI standards. It's marked the milestone by making one with a 24-carat gold-plated case. I wonder which lucky customer will get that. Those are today's main business stories from around the show. If there are any big announcements on this last day of IBC, you'll find details on our website www.ibctvnews.com. And if you want to catch up on any of our news reports, you'll find these on our website too.